YouTube. Okay. On 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 YouTube. Okay. Oh, pardon the feedback loop there. It's always a bit of a clusterfuck while I get this thing started. Be within a sec here, guys. Oh, shit. Let's see. I think we're good. Back in 1 minute. Okay, all right. Let's see now. How are we doing, guys? So let me get a mic check first. Sound okay? Got a new mic set up here. So you should be seeing disclaimer, and I should be coming through, I think, on the chat. Yep. One time for the Doge. John Heron. It's so funny you have an alias. Makes me think of what was Trump's alias when he was? Sounds good. I thought Drifter. Oh, he's like that. That's a good handle. What was Trump's? He used to call it John Barron, I think it was. He used to call and be his own PR. Oh, that Donald Trump. He's what a ladies' man he is. He's so wealthy and successful. The women just love him. I'm afraid my politics is starting to creep into some of my content. Okay, let's see. That's how we do it. I usually give it a minute or two. See if we get some more on here. All right, let me get the chat off over there. I think that's better over there. And let's see. So Doge, yeah. Doge and Solana from the crypto Twitter poll. We'll get those. I got that. We'll do those first so I don't forget, because often I will. All right, let's see. Well, I'll give it till 35. Let me get a few more on here. There's Wonka telling me that we are live on X. Twitter X. Old Elon's having a rough ride here. I'm not so sure he didn't bring that on himself. All right, let's get over here. We'll get started in 30 seconds here. So let me get my list. Pretty good list from you guys today. Oh, Ben B killed me. Crude. We'll get to that one eventually. That's the ugliest chart I've seen in a long time. I I got Crypto Ray. Let's see. So okay, we'll do the 2 on the poll. I don't have wasn't a huge turnout today. Okay, let's see. There's if we can get this thing off. I feel like a little shitty. I've been kind of a little bug, something all week, so I'm going to stay off camera. I look like shit, feel like shit. But I'm here because this is probably when I feel best. Okay, guys, right? So if everybody can hear me all right, let's see. Yep, sound is good. Thought Drifter's on. Oh, let's do these for... So Doge is... I see a lot of really, really bullish anticipatory comments about where this can go. So this would be the more bullish count. Let's just see, assuming we're all good here. Everybody good? Yeah, okay. So this is where it's a little bit of a wag, right? What are you doing here? This is the low. This is, you got a pump and just a complete rejection. Now, you can put the 2, if you can float it in here. It seems like this might, you got a true double here. I mean, for a bull, you really want this. You want this to be your 1 because it creates a bigger upside here. So I have an impulse here I can complete. So I can do it this way, right? So that gives me a 3, and it's not bad looking. As we always, as Elliottians, we consider, does it have the right look, right? And that can keep you out of bad trades. It can also have you forcing something. So you got to be mindful of that. Here, I just drew the volume profile from this low pulling. So we can see, right, this would be logical, right, where all the support is and where we built a base. Accumulate. Oh, what is ICT calls it? Accumulate, manipulate. We'd have to do it this way. Manipulate, distribute, right? So power 3. Again, something he pulled from other people, but rebranded. It doesn't matter, right? So here's kind of the base. We push up here, so it's a decent impulse. Now the question is, did we finish here? Is there another leg on it? I mean, there's no reason, considering we're still, right, barring some sort of new development here, that would be the path that I'd be looking for. So this is so much of particularly in the alts, right? This is I guess crypto, or pardon me, Bitcoin and ETH as well. Okay, so we've had the launch, and now we're in the retrace, and this is where it gets interesting, because if you didn't catch the launch up and we start the retrace, well, this is what makes trading hard, right? So it starts coming down, and you're like, well, fuck, I can't buy it, it's coming down. But when it's going up, right, the thought, I mean, if you're not in it, the thought is, oh, shit, I can't buy it now. So as it starts to come down here, this is where, you got to take a trade that might feel a little uncomfortable. I can, almost 30 years of doing this, I can tell you the best trades are the ones where you're the most uncomfortable because it's counter to your emotions, right? You're thinking, oh, shit, it's coming down. Why buy it? What are you, fucking nuts? But we see that's where the technical analysis has to play such an important role. I mean, you can research it, you can read the fundamentals, blah blah. Yeah, right. So again, right as I think most of you recognize, right? The first, I mean, the very first assumption the technician makes is that all of the known fundamentals that can be known at this moment in time are reflected in that price. Period. So while I would never suggest that you turn a blind eye to fundamentals, in terms of how the market responds and moves, right? This is how it moves. Okay, so I've got a clear impulse here. Well, clear, assuming you're going to include this as the 1. Otherwise, I mean, I suppose you could do it over here. You probably could. But then look at the size of the 2 relative to the 4. So it pushes me over here going, okay, again, we're back to right look. Okay, is that the right look? Well, fuck. It's at least it's a little bit better. Well, just out of curiosity, what would we have here? 227, the length of the 2, right? Assuming that I've got that correctly identified as the 2. That's, to some degree, you're making do with what you have here. So you look at the depth of that retracement, and here's the inducement. So with this, this is a particular. So there's several in the SMC space that teach it this way, which I gravitate to because it's the only truly objective way to identify a retracement. And so here, I'm going to sidetrack for a minute. when we're going up here, you'll see many people do this differently, right? And it varies from market to market. In the FX markets where SMC came from, not market structure, but the smart money concepts, the ICT stuff came from the Forex markets. So many people that teach it will look at it and say, okay, well, it has to be a certain percentage or a certain number of pips to qualify as a pullback. Well, my issue with that is not that it's not well founded or it's stupid. I would suggest that, but it's subjective. You can't be objective about it. One guy says, oh, it's 40 pips. Another guy says it's 5%. Hang on, guys. Fucking allergies. Oh, okay. So the idea here is that if we're pulling back, we have to have some objective mechanical way to identify the retrace. So if I do it, here, let's just use a straight line. If this is the high and I'm going up here, okay, well, how do I define the retrace? Number of pips, number of points, percentage. There has to be some objective way to identify when I have a good pivot up here. And that's what an inducement is. And this is the language of this particular software vendor that is my preferred choice. So when we take out this low, right now, all I've done there is confirm, we can use this, that I have a high here because I've swept this low. Now I'm getting a little, into this is all brown belt stuff, right? Which of course we just released. But so we can look at that and say, okay, can I make that fit with how my Elliott brain might be looking at this going, okay, fives and threes, right? Have I pulled back enough? Well, I get a true double down here. I mean, it clears by a tick. What do we clear there by? A tick or two? But it confirms that I have a high here. So I have a good candidate here. Oops. I have a good candidate here for a 4. If I can get that fucker to move. Let's go up a degree there. Okay, so I've got an ABC here, and it's a nice flat, right? The classic 4, right? How do we identify a 4? We don't progress the trend. We consolidate. Decision time. Are we going up for a 5th? Are we coming down? Is it an ABC? Right? That's what the 4 usually, not always, right? You can't generalize like that, but typically, when you spot the 4, it's some sort of consolidation prior. The market has to decide: do we have acceptance here? Oh, we good? Oh, we're all happy here. Okay, can we push higher? Right? Bulls will try to push it. Bears will try to pull it. So if this is, let's take that up a degree. So if this is a 3 and we're waiting for the 4, okay, well then come on down, baby. This is not a complicated chart. I mean, the only question is this a 1-2, right? And it's a wag, right? We don't fucking know. It's a guess. Because it's not giving us, we can't look at it and go, well, clearly that's the 1-2. So you make an estimated guesstimate there and look and say, okay, well, what did I finish here? Well, if this is a 1-2, I have a pretty good impulse here that can complete, which is, right, this is what, now you got to be mindful that if you're trading crypto, right, most of us, we want it to go higher, right? Most of us are crypto bulls, not all, but most, right? So that bias is going to factor into your analysis here. I want this to go higher. So what do I see? I see a 3 waiting for a 4-5. All right, that just needs to be in your consciousness as you evaluate a chart here. Is my bias affecting my analysis? Again, I'd be surprised if there are a lot of crypto bears that tune into my live streams, right? Because I'm a bull. If there are more than 5 crypto bears on this live stream, I'd be absolutely shocked. Right? We're all bulls, right? That's where the money, well, I shouldn't say it that way. That's where the highest percentage returns are likely going to be found in a bull market. So, okay, we've got this long consolidation in Doge, and now we start to go. All right, channeling's good. Buying profile is good. Fibs are good. The 1-2, it's a question mark. But there's no reason not to be bullish here unless we start to break down. Right? That now you change your opinion. Oh, well, fuck. I guess it was an ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We're not there yet. There's no reason to go there yet. So really the question is, okay, where's the right entry location? Well, we can be somewhat mechanical in terms of where we look for it. God damn it. Sorry, allergies are bad today. Okay, well, that would be right at the edge of value. Do I have, oh shit, I don't know that I do. Well, here it was said this is a daily. Oh, let's go to an 8. See if we got anything in there we can dig into. Let's get, oh, you know, guys. No, I like this one. This one. Oh, let's get the inverse off on here. I only go there if I need to. Okay, so I've got 2 fair value gaps down here, which means I have, likely I got demand down here. Oh, here, let's color it correctly. Demand zone. Okay, well, why, right? So we always, the only demand zones that I'm interested in are ones that produce a fair value gap, right? An imbalance after it, because those are the footprints of muscle, right? That can move the market, right? We don't move the market. Ever. None of us. Zero. Zip. Right? It's well, what really moves the market are the algorithms, right? Which are fueled and funded by the BIFs, right? The banks, the institutions, and the funds. So if I can look here and say, oh, well, so look, that kind of imbalance would suggest to me that there's demand here. That's all I can say. That doesn't mean that, well, it's certainly going to hold. But I can look here and say, well, okay, well, let's pull that over. What do I have here? I got a high volume node. Okay, little acceptance. You can understand why. If I break here, where am I going? I'm going lower, and now I'm going to invalidate that count. So there's a range here which looks okay. So I might look at this and say, that's a good way to do this. Oh, here we just do something like this. I might start here with, that's not a good way to do it. Let's do it this way. Oh, come here, you little... I might start there, and I'd continue to add if it starts to coming down. So, I mean, that's an advantage we have, and we can decide, okay, well, I'm going to put on maybe 30, 40% of it here, being prepared if it comes a little lower, I'm just going to go again. Right? I'm just going to average down my position. It's not complicated. Okay, maybe the 50. If we break here, likely it falls to the next. Where do we have acceptance, right? And then we've invalidated the count. So this is how I'd approach it. I don't trade Doge a lot, but this is a good enough count. I will trade this. I mean, again, that's not rocket science. Okay, I'll buy a little bit here, maybe 30% here, 30. The last resort would be down here at the 50. Why? Because I have demand here, right? So if it's coming a little further, maybe last piece of it, maybe I'd do 40, 40, 20. And you're going to end up with a price right about here if you average that through. You know, I don't want to give that. I don't want. There's absolutely no reason to give it a tick beyond that, right? If we invalidate here, it's out. Okay, well then look again, just standard ops. Okay, if that's a 1, and this is going to be, well, let's use the 38. Yeah, let's use that average price right there. Okay, so targets. Well, this would be common, right? If we're going to have a really raging bull, or is that too much? 1618. That'd be a pretty good ripper. We're still at 40 cents. You know, I mean that's the appeal. Why so many. Oh, I shouldn't be, what would I be, ageist if I said that, right? So younger people love this, right? Because they, 20 cents, we'll load up, right? As opposed to, you know, you're looking at NVIDIA, you know, it's a different bite, right? So something here, I mean, and plus the meme coin, is Doge a meme coin? I guess we still have to, you know, does it have a use case? Or not? It's not that I know of, but it trades like it might eventually. Nothing but opportunity here. You know, to some degree, you have to say, well, do I care that it doesn't have a use case? I mean, most of crypto doesn't have a use case yet. Right? We're all anticipating it will. Now, some does, right? I don't want to generalize there, but what do we have? I don't know, 16,000 crypto coins? Oh, those 16,000, how many have a use case? 3%? 4%? Do we care? Well, you know, if I'm putting any big money into something, or, you know, I want a use case. No, that's just me, right? Some people go, fuck, who cares, right? If it moves, I can make money. All right, that's Dogecoin, right? I don't think we have to dwell on this, right? It's not complicated. Retrace, boom. Now, you know, in terms of your entry technique, right? We've been over that a lot lately, right? You know how it goes, right? If we're coming down, right, we want to see this, right? Something like this, come down here. Oh, and we're going to go up. Now, if we come back, right, that's what we're looking for, is that little retrace, right? So we've got a clear place where we know to get out. Okay, I can get out here, right? That's my stop. It's, M's and W's. Don't complicate it, right? But of all the things, don't the thing that kills. I feel like I repeat myself so much, but that's part of being a teacher. The one thing you don't just, you get to choose, right? You do that, you deserve it. If you do that, and it comes down, well, and you did it to yourself. Okay, let's go from Doge. Let's go. What do I have here? Solana. This is one of the best looking charts, right? This is as sexy as a TA gets. Use case. Right now here, I'd be much more aggressive. Okay, so let's see. So I've got Ethereum on here. Again, this is the one I like. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So if you look in here, you kind of eyeball. Well, that's likely a 4. Here, that'll work. Oh shit, maybe I didn't get that. I want this, something like that, right? So a little consolidation here just after this fair value gap. Now look at the retrace into an imbalance. That's a pretty good 3. But if I look here, that's likely the 3, 4 of the 3 at that degree. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not a beautiful, nice ABC coming in here, but it's that consolidation. And look, trading principle number 3, if we're not going to pivot on the median line, right, it often will just kind of snake around it while it's deciding which way it's going to go, or it's just going to continue to kind of snake around it, is what you're seeing right here. Now that's log scale, right? As looking at the range here, pretty much no choice but to be in log scale. But look how it wraps around it. Right, it's like a magnet to it. Don't miss the application of using median lines, right? It's so powerful. I'm trying to make a point, right? Look at the inside of my logo, right? That's why it's TradeDevils. Not some people always say, "What are you, some sort of devil worshiper?" No, I always remind them, right, where that came from. Right, I was visiting Arizona State, where my stepson was going, is Arizona Sun Devils. I was like, Sun Devils, look at that pitchfork. Oh, no, TradeDevils. Nothing creepy in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, so what do you do with it? Well, we're seeking the 3 here. Now, you're a little overextended here. Oh, here, let's take that off here, so we'll just go straight Elliott Wave. Oh shit, am I good here? Hello. We're all good, right? Everybody? Every now and then I forget to check on you guys. Okay, what do we got in here? Let's get a 4 down there. Let me break it down a little bit. It's not gorgeous. Oh, let's go to... On the way up here, the climb is a little bumpy. This definitely looks like it's a 4. So it looks like you got a 1, 2 in here. Well, okay, so I'm gonna do it. Often as an Elliottician, you work backwards. Okay, so it looks like I've got to go 1, 2 here. So I'm gonna start here. Okay, if this is 1, I got to go A, B, C into a 2, and it looks like I'm working into a 3, and this is the 4. Let's go up here. So I got to take that down a few degrees. Okay, so now I got to work backwards and say, okay, if this is my 4, how am I getting here? Ugh, that's kind of ugly, isn't it? All right, so because we've got overlap there, so I can't go 1, 2. I'd have to go 1, 2, 1, 2. What am I going to do there? Well, here we'll do it on the fly, right? We're kind of here. We are 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might have to go down one more. That's a tricky one. I think we can all agree it's likely, but that's a 1, 2 here. But we have to go 1, 2 again. Unless I'm going to do it as a diag. Actually, I may be able to do that. Let's check that. Since we're doing it in real time here, I didn't prep this, which I always think if I do that, it's less value to the student. Let's come back to a 2. Because if I just deliver it, which How many times I'll do it on a Friday video. You don't see the work through, right? Again, it's the sausage making. Okay, so can I make this fly here as a diag? Might be stuck with that. Let's change that color. Now we do have new diag rules, which is kind of convenient if I'm going to live with that, right? So 3 does not have to be, or 3 does not have to be the longest, or I can get a diag here. So let's do it this way. Might be we have to live with this. Would I choose that? No, but might be. I've got to do it that way. So at least I get a 5 here. 1, 2. Well, it looks like this 3 is 4 in. Well, a looks like I got an ABC there. Somewhere like this. Looks like A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I've got an ABC that's in there. 3 here. I'm gonna live with that. Let's check that just in terms of how the algos responded there. A little skinny. Secondary. Did they use it, right? That's the question, right? That's what we're trying to decide. Did the algos use it? Hard to argue with that. Looks like they did, right? So they used that. So we can come here since we know they used that as a golden zone. So, okay, well, coming back down here. 1, 2, 3. That's not really where we want the 4. We want the 4 higher than that. All right, just if you're going to have good Elliott. Which you don't always get, right? But if it's going to play good Elliott ball, looks like we might have a nice flat going in here. Come here. Oh, A, B, C, something like that, before we go up for the 5th. Why would you put any, as a target, any reason to not use the median line? Not that I can see. Now, we don't have the 4. So, you know, as an Elliottician, you can look at this and go, okay, 1, do I have the 4, right? If I had the 4, then I can start projecting up here. 618, right? That's going to be a lot. This B looks pretty good here, actually, right? If we start to come down. So let's go, let's look at that, what's starting here. So let's label it. This would be A, B, C at this degree. Let's take you up 1. Go to green here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like I got either an A, right? So if this is maybe some sort of a combo comes into play here. A, right? I mean, there's no reason to think otherwise. This is a 5, right? So I've got an impulse here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I've got all the ingredients here for this nice ABC. Okay, now I've got an impulse coming down. We're looking for a C. No, we really don't want this to be a 1, right? If you're a bull, right? Again, back to, I'm assuming, right? Most here are bullish of Solana. Look what we bounce, right? The imbalances, right? When the algo is doing one of two things, right? It's seeking liquidity at a pivot, or it's rebalancing an imbalance, right? So imbalance, 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 right? It's just over and over again, right? One of ICT's truly noteworthy contributions. Okay, so we come here, all right? All right, we know the algo is always there. Doesn't matter. Up, down, left, right. Doesn't matter. Always there every time frame. Always there. Right? They never turn it off. And likely, same people fund it either direction. They don't care. They don't. They're gonna make money either way. 1? No, we don't want that to be a 1 because that's implying much lower prices. We want that to be an A. So what we'd be after here? Fuck, can we get it? We really want an ABC to come down here to get some sort of a combo. I do not want that to be a 1, right? I'm long as hell here. I don't want that. None of us want that, right? What we want is an ABC, right? So come in somewhere around here. I mean, this is as much as you want to give that. That's it, right? So if we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's bad news, right, for a bull. Now maybe, right? I'm just free drawing. You could probably get away with that and still be okay here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bit better hold. Right, here's your invalidation. You want that to hold. Then you'd have a flat. Oh, shit. No, you wouldn't. You'd have a zigzag because that's a 5. So you have 5, 3, 5. Back to the consolidation. You got a little, no, that's already been tapped. Okay, let's consider an alternate here. Is there an alternate, right? That's the first question. Hang on. Is there an alternate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you might look at that and say, well, wait a second, right? There's an impulse there. How could I factor that impulse into some sort of a bullish way? Well, if this is right? If it's 1, 2, and this is the 3, that going to be the 4? Seems unlikely. Oh, well, shit. I mean, look how abrupt that is, right? I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just not. That's not how I would trade it. As we're going through this little consolidation, I want the flat. Bring it a little lower. So, well, what I wouldn't be doing, right, is again, it's just me right now. It's different if you're already in it, right? So you can be selective about where you're adding. If you're not in it, well, I mean, look at it this way, right? So do you want to buy, again, back to just some basic market structure. Okay, if this is do we want to buy up here in the premium? No, right? Take it at a log scale, right? Same idea, right? Do I want to buy in the premium? No, I want to buy in the discount. Just simple, that's as rudimentary as you can make market structure, right? We want to buy in the discount. Log distorts it a little bit. So do you want to buy here? I wouldn't, but let's say I'm, completely asked wrong, or I'm just, for whatever reason, right? We get a 1 and this is a 2 and we're going to go 3. Okay. Well, right, I mean, the way you have to rationalize that in your mind. So let's just say we're wrong, right? So this is, maybe that's, let's say maybe it's in, right? Maybe it's in, right? And we're going to get a lopsided, we're going to get something like this, right? Which is, you can't eliminate it. It's not like that's never happened before. ABC. Now you're buying in the premium. So that wouldn't be ideal. Okay, let's say it's in. Kind of a wacky. That's unusual, right? So before you even begin to think about buying it, right, we got to break that golden, right? Maybe the worst possible place you could enter, right up at the high into the last golden zone from the pivot. Yeah, that would be up there for worst possible entry location. When I say that, of course, that doesn't mean it's not going to do that. It's just saying that's a low probability. That's a trade you can look back at and go, well, fuck, that was stupid. Unless you didn't know it was there, which most people don't. Sorry, fucking things. Do you want to buy that? No, I don't care. It really doesn't matter if it goes or not, because if you buy it there and you get away with it, you'll do it again. You'll do it next time, right? And that's not a healthy habit to get into. So you would want to see this break. Okay, maybe come back. All right, now I know. Oh, a 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, so it was a 4. So you don't want to try and anticipate that this is all going to break, right? So, oh shit, look, all of this is going to break. I'm just anticipating that because I'm bullish. Nah. I don't like to call trading stupid, right? Because I say, well, that would be stupid, and then it takes off. It's just that if you're over time, you have to think about it. Okay, over 100 trades. Is that what I want to do? Is that what I want to put in my trade log? I bought it right into that golden zone because I was bullish. Probably not, right? We want to get it a little bit lower. 3, 4. Then we go. Right, and keep in mind, right, even if we get this completely wrong and it goes here, we're still just trying to complete the 3. Right? There will be another opportunity, right? Well, most likely, right? There'll be another opportunity. If that's the 3, whoa, hello, 4. Well, I'm glad that popped up. Here, we got to change that because it's too choppy, right? So we got to go up, we got to double it. It's WXY correction. Who's that? Yeah, I would agree. It's some sort of a 3, right? I mean, we get caught up in it's a WXY with a zigzag and a fucking flat. It's at the end of the day, all we really care about is it a 3? 5s and 3s, right? We overcomplicate Elliott, right? It's the genius of it is 5s and 3s, right? So if you start there, okay, is it a 3? Is it a 3? Well, so far I've got a nice I've got a potential zigzag. I got 5. There's a little complexity in that 3, and then I've got another 5, but doesn't look like it's done. I mean, who is that? That's Desha Silva. Desha Silva. How are you going to complete that, right? It's not quite done. That's an impulse. That's an ABC. How are you going to get a WXY into that? No, you're not, right? It's not done yet, right? So it's still in the oven. Okay, that's I think probably all we got there to say there. This is a hurry up and wait, right? Let it come down a little bit, right? Which is, I know you're like, well, what if it goes? Welcome to the FOMO. Okay, so that's those two. I probably gave that more time than I should have. Okay, this is where it's getting a little tricky here. Now, it's not unlike what we were just looking at with Doge, right? What do we do here? Again, we're making an educated guess. Do we know? Does anybody know? Well, is it 1, 2? Is it here? It actually plays better that way. Actually, it's better technically if I look here. Look, right, it's better there. But is that 1, 2? Right? Does it matter? Right? I think it's a B, right? Because we come down into the C. So A, B, C, right? So maybe, right? It's we're all kind of guessing there. We don't know, right? Nobody knows, right? But what comes off of it is certainly impulsive. Then we get this ugly wick, which you kind of have to just ignore, right? I would, go to a line chart, and you're like, okay, the wick gone. But that, welcome to crypto. Doesn't look corrective, and it doesn't look like it's done. Look at the length. I mean, length of time is just a huge part of it, right? Whether you're Gann or Elliott, right? I mean, Gann will tell you time more important than Elliott or than price. Even this is a little tricky, right? Something like that, you kind of have to look at that and go, all right, well, does the subdivision really matter? It's a fucking impulse, right? Okay, so now what are we doing? Now we impulse and we correct. Okay, are we technical, right? Well, here, there's I've got sonar on this one. All right, right to the golden zone. All right, here's the target. That should shock exactly 0 people. 1. Well, I'll tell you where that would matter, right? If this is the 1 and we start coming a bit lower, are we going to invalidate here? Well, that was a break of structure. We can see that. So this is a significant pivot. It's more how you finish it. Well, let's go with it here. That might be more bullish. Maybe more people. 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's 1, 2. It's just fucking ugly, right? But I mean, there are sections of charts where a clean count is just not available. It's just not, right? I mean, Elliott's not perfect, right? So don't expect it to be. 95% of the time, you're going to get a count that works, right? Until you look at Crude. But look here. So we go, okay, well, all right, break of structure, right? So what's after a break of structure? This is the foundation of market structure. After a break of structure, what's next? Not usually, not occasionally, not often, always after a break of structure, there's a correction, right? So now it may be shallow, but that's something you can lean into. Oh, break of structure. Look how far it went. Correction. Now, are we done? Well, here's where we get a break of structure here. You'd have to go a long way to turn this trend around. Boom. Oh, now I'm breaking the other direction. Right? Now, all of a sudden, right, there's a lot of, I don't know about Ethereum, right? I don't know if that ETF's coming. I don't know. I think it's a little soon for that. But oh, shit, do I have you on here? I'll put the 200 on there. Well, there's the 200, right? That's the average of the EMA and the SMA. That's why I like it. Right? It's kind of here's your accumulate. All right, cause, effect. Where's the 4 coming in, right? Anybody want to buy it there? You think the 4 is done? right? We're going to get a lopsided ABC, right? So in an impatient market, right? In a bull market, that's not uncommon, right? I remember 18, 19. That's all you saw, right? Just truncated C waves, right? Is it done? Well, let's go and look in there. Is it done? I mean, this is kind of it's just a waterfall. But I mean, you wouldn't call that corrective. And then what comes after it? Right? Looks like a 3, right? 5s, 3s, 5s, 3s. Right? Again, don't overcomplicate it, right? There's no need to. Let's bring you over here. Looks like this is liquidity being grabbed up there. It's not unreasonable, right? So there's a classic bio. Grab the wick. I do like one thing that I shit on him a lot, but he certainly has made quite a lot of great contributions to contemporary TA. One thing that ICT, is a quote from him, is that wicks do the damage, right? The bodies tell the story. Well, that's a little damage right there. Would you do anything other than ABC there? Probably not. Is it perfect? No. That looks like a 5. But I'd lean into the 3, the broader structure. Often you just have to go with what's the broader structure. Okay, what's that, right? I got that to deal with. So what do I have to do? Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's a little fucked, right? So you're kind of WX. Looks like more like it. Right? It's not going to be perfect, right? You can't be looking for perfect, right? If you spot perfect, act, right? But so something like this, are we done here? So, we came right back to the demand zone here, popped. Do we want it to be done there, right? If you're a bull here. Well, okay, so let's use some tools here. What do we have available to us? Okay, well, let's at least see, where did the market find the most acceptance? Get that to... Oh, shit, I know why that's doing that, because I'm on... Oh, shit. Can't get that. I don't know why the fuck I'm on crypto.com. Somehow I ended up there. That happens when I don't think it'll do it even here. I don't think it'll give me volume profile. No, it won't. Son of a bitch. Oh, that happens because I copy so many things over when I'm doing a live stream. So somehow I'm on crypto. All right, well, that's all right. We can at least look at it here. Do we want to be done here? Well, you got to be mindful of where we are, right? So there's the invalidation point, right? If we're gonna allow this as the 1, 2, which is, it's not like it's a ridiculous thought. A, B, W, X. It's not great, right? So if this is AB, we kind of want a 1, 2, or it doesn't matter if it's 1, 2. Let's just label it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's where I want to buy it. Right down here. How would that fit with everything else? If we're going to use this as the 2. Well, we can already see. We've already punctured that with a wick, right? Remember, wicks do the damage. Somewhere in here, right? It looks like you've got a reasonable count here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's be mindful of that 1, right? Always a good idea to wick these off. Okay, how far are we coming back? Right? Is there another leg down? I don't see any reason to assume otherwise. 30-minute. That's skinny. It barely gets by. But it does. That actually could still be going. There could still be more here. This could come down a little bit, but we don't really want it to come down that far, right? This is invalidation here. So 3,100, 3,000, I'd put an alert there as a place to add. That would be my view there. We're coming down here. Oh, let's get the invalid or the let's get these on there. I'll take those off initially until I need them. I should probably just save that as, so I'll add them when I need to. Okay, so I've got imbalances down here. Got some below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somewhere down here, I'm interested. You might even do it this way, right? Just say, come here. interested, area of interest. Well, you could probably look at this as just unmitigated demand down here. Right, it's untapped, right? This little retrace here has not been traded into, right? So anywhere in here, anywhere coming down here, I'd be interested. Why not, right? I mean, again, we're all here. We're bullish. My guess is most of you are bullish. So what are you waiting for, right? All the way down here. We want this to be 3-4. Okay, so if you're going to buy that. Oh, fuck, come here. All right, if you're buying somewhere in here, we can be definitive, right? We don't, if it starts to get down into some of this stuff, out. I want out. I'm not doing that. I can do, there's 5-1, right? So I can do something like this and go, okay, well, if that's going to go 4-5, okay, well, that's good math. What I'm absolutely, right? Only people that don't want to trade for long do that. Why would you not do that? Seriously, I mean, if you're a bull, okay, here's your chance. Don't pussy out, because it comes down like, oh shit, you gotta, again, where I started. Often your best trades will be the one where you were, the sphincter was really clenched, like, oh shit, hope it goes. Oh shit, yeah, that's how it should feel. Like, oh god, yeah, right? Those are the best trades. All right, crypto's Ray. Let's get a handle. Grant F. Let's get over to Grant F, who I'm sure does most of the work for me. Grant F, who's a very, very skilled trader, always gives me a trading plan. What do we got, Grant F? Usually, there he is. Usually he's got a harmonic in there. All right. So this is someone, right, who's going to stick around for a long time, right? So look at how, well, number one, look at the detail that he's put into the work here, right? So every swing is accounted for. So now that doesn't mean that this is guaranteed winner, but it's such a well thought out trade plan. I mean, that's what your charts should look like. Not necessarily the TA, but just in terms of, you can see how well thought out this is. Clear exit, clear invalidation. He's using a golden zone. Duh. Median line. Duh. Impulse, correction. I mean, this is just beautiful technical analysis, period. The end result here does not matter, really. Because 100 out of 100, if you look at this kind of approach over 100 trades, he's going to be profitable. Period. Because he's doing the work. Right? Most people don't want to do the work. They just go, no, fuck, somebody show me, somebody tell me. This is very well thought out, right? Now, so what he does, right? Because he works, he's studied harmonics, right? So he knows how to apply Gartley, probably the most common of all harmonics, right into a golden zone at a median line. Why would you not take that trade? There's only one reason. You don't have the available capital, or you're not trading traditionals. That's a beautiful trade, just beautifully set up. Well, best 17-1. How many of those does he have to hit over 50 to 100 trades, right, to be profitable? 20%, 30%? Not many. If you're trading trads, right, that's a beauty, right? It looks like that was technical as well, my guess. Right in the pocket. Oh, I don't have any market structure on there. So, he just adds a little sweetener, right? So I have taken to adding market structure, right? But based off of demand from the market. Harmonics, right, has been around forever. Well, not forever. When did Carney come up with that? 80s, 90s? I'm not sure when he started really working on that. I think the first Gartley. Shit, I have the book. I can't remember. Hang on. Thought I could find it where the first Gartley was published in a book. I'll look at the date. It doesn't matter, right? See, it's a Fibonacci relationship between multiple swings, right? So the premise is that algos are going to fire there, right? You're at the golden zone. We know we don't have to wonder an algo is going to fire there. So that's called beautiful confluence. Isn't that a song title? Beautiful Confluence. Grant F, always nice to see you posting in here. That's just beautiful work, right? That's just as good as it gets. Okay, let me keep moving on. So Quim, hello, mate. Oh, I love a good mate. Hello, mate. Let's have a look at RUNE. Okay, let's do that. Quim sounds like he's from Australia or maybe he's a Brit. Sounds Australian. Okay, so let's look. I'm just guessing, right? It's a weird thing, right? I know people by their Discord handle and their avatar. It's always kind of amusing when I actually talk to them, right? You get a voice in your head. Okay, Quim, what are we doing here? So it looks to me like we have to be in log scale. We might want to take a peek there. We've certainly got a big range. We're going from 7. Jesus, why is this so small? Must be something in your settings. God, those numbers are tiny. So we're going from 78 cents to 12 bucks. 4 times the range is pretty much when you go there. But I get a feeling that he did it out of, since that's what you gave me. You gave it to me. Are we in log scale? Yeah, out of log scale, right? So let's do it as he did it. It's interesting, right? So yeah, I see what he's thinking here. ABC. Well, that's a 4-hour. Let's just dig in there a little bit. AB 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's clean. What is there an impulse there? Well, probably. It's there's a good example, right? You're kind of working off of what's implied. Is that a perfect impulse? Definitely not. Is it even a diag, right? I don't even know you can get a diag in there. Well, there's an impulse that finishes it, right? So you can kind of work. This is the fuck. You're kind of screwed there. Oh, maybe a line chart. But it finishes with a 5, right? So we start and end in 5s, right? In Elliott Wave. Let's come back here. You just got that wiki crap here, but this is a nice finish to come in. So something finishes here, and lo and behold, look what we do. Do you see that? All right, there's a great example of just Elliott in action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? We end and begin with 5s. We correct in 3s. Right? It's really that simple. 5s. 5, 3. Oh, look what comes after that 3. 5. Oh, look what comes after that 3. Oh, look what comes after that 5. I know Elliott doesn't work anymore, but 1, deep 2. Wicks do the damage, right? Bodies tell the story, right? That's a knife wound right there. For anyone who is sitting at that golden zone, oh, you got punctured, right? That's a lung puncture, right? So, but in terms of counting it, can we count it? 1, 2, right? Yeah, we can count it. What are we doing with that, right? Are we going to call this corrective? Probably not. We're going to call it a 5. Yeah, that's a 5. 5, 3, 5, 3. Now we're going to get a little more complex here, right? That's all we're doing is putting a couple of 3s together. That's a little. So if you're trying to do the Quim, if you're trying to do this as a flat, so you're implying 3, 3, 5, right? That's a little. You'd need this to be higher. But I don't think it screws you up a little bit at all, right? But just in terms of future TA, right, for Elliott application, if you're going to go with a 3, 3, 5, you want that B's got to be higher. I'm not such a purist that if it's not 90%, but I think you could probably work this into a 5, 3. Just out of curiosity, what do we do here? Oh, fuck, come here. Shocking. Oh, no. Absolutely shocking. Golden zone into a B. 1, 2. Oh, look at this. 5, 3, 5. Right. So this is more likely, Quim. This is a zigzag. So 1, 2, 3. We're waiting for the 4, for the 5 to come down. Look where that target is. Right. Nice big. Oh, what do we got there? Oh, let's get let's get our friend what do I want? INV inverse Faraday gaps. See how we look there. And I gotta keep an eye on you. The Gartley pattern, a type of thought drifter. Thanks, man. Helping out, right? I love these guys help me out. That's kind of nice. somebody must ask, what's a Gartley? I want to say it's the guy who first wrote about it. I'm not mistaken, his name was Gartley. Okay, so A, B coming down for a C. Okay, now we want to be mindful of this overlap, right? So we do not want this going that deep. So even though we have an algo target here, that's going to fuck us up, right? So let's, we don't want that, right? So we want this to bottom down here. So let's see, can we finish that? Well, that's out of curiosity. Let's see if we can. Right, so you can see the problem. We don't want this overlapping here because that's a clear impulse, right? We don't want that to overlap, right? Because then we're just wrong, right? The Elliott breaks down. We have to rethink the whole thing, right? Because we can't overlap that one. We can't go 1, 2, 3 overlap here. We can't go 5, 3, 5 overlap and then go again. Well, doesn't mean the market can't go up, but you know, as Elliotticians, right, we have to rethink the whole thing. Okay, so that's your absolute can't go any lower. So we got to get out of that. We got to come back this direction. Okay, where are our, looks like he's already got that, but just so I can see it. All right, so we're coming golden zone, so I don't even need to put the wave 4 on. Now on a big 3 like that, look where that golden zone is. I'd keep it here for now, right, until we're forced to change that. Let's get in there. 1, 2. I don't think there's any mystery about that. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. 1, 2. Can that be my 3? Oh, God. That would be much better if it could. Let's measure it, right? You got to measure. That's the only way we know. It could be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I'm going to go here because now this is clear bullish bias affecting that TA, right? I do not want that going any lower, right? So is there a way that I can finish this with an extension in the 5th to keep it from breaking this pivot? Well, there it is, right? So this would be, well, you're getting as close as you can get right there. Because we do not want that to break. Here's the A, B, 1, 2, 3, it flies. Although that's looking more 4-ish, right? Like there might be another little bit of a kicker on that. Let's take that up. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's label it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. Doesn't overlap. Lots of imbalances here, right? So you can see them. Remember that if the market, if it wants to rebalance, so what are we doing right now, right? So this has already been tapped, right? So they're single use. It doesn't mean the market can't bounce here, but it's not like, oh, we need to rebalance here. It's already been rebalanced. Here's the next one that's untapped. Now, if it breaks, you gotta say, okay, if it broke, okay, well, what am I gonna do now? Well, if it does this, right, we gotta wait for a break of a significant pivot why? Not because Billy Bob Crypto or anyone else, right? It's because that's how the algos will move, right? They will wait for a pivot to break, right, and then come back here. Maybe there's a fair value gap or an imbalance, right? That's how the algo responds. That's who you're trading. You got to remember that. You're not trading against other traders. You're trading against a machine. And what you're trying to do is identify what the machine is likely to do next. That's the reality of trading. And, well, it's been that way for, I mean, certainly in the last 10 years, but it's just, I mean, that is the market now. It's you against the machines. Don't fight it. Embrace it. This is the reality, right? So it's not, you know, when you say, oh, there's two sides in every trade. Sorry. It's you against the machines. So what is the machine likely to do here? Well, we know the machine is going to respond here. Again, there's an algo on every side, right? So it's easy to forget that, right? There's an algo here that's going to stay short until it gets to this target. Well, what about this algo? Well, do you see where we are? We're just in we're algo squeeze right here, right? We're between two algos. Welcome to trading 2024. Right? It's been that way for quite some time, as I said. But that's the reality. Okay, well, so now we can look at it. We don't have to wonder about it. We know an algo fired there, right? We know where it's getting out there. Unless it, takes a partial here and the next partial is at the second target here. But we can see. We don't have to guess. Oh shit, I wonder if could that have been an algo there? Maybe they were sweeping that liquidity. Well, yeah, it looks like they did, right? So both things are happening. You need that fifth target right there. You can get into that 4. Now, is that a great 4 relative to this? No. Look at the 2 relative to the 4. So already you're a little bit, God, that fucking better hold, right? So because it's so ugly, right? We're back to, does it have the right look? Well, does it have the right look? Come here. I mean, that you got to check it. Is this what I want to see here? Do I want to put money at risk? And that's, you got to ask yourself. Do I want to put money at risk on that one? Well, if it was my only choice, maybe. Is it my only choice? Now, so I find that often when people are posting on here, it's something they're in, right? And they want either confirmation that they made the right choice, or they're underwater and they're looking for, oh God, tell me this thing's going to bounce. Usually, right? I'm generalizing, but often when members post here, it's rarely something that they're not in. And again, I'm generalizing, but usually, so if I'm looking here and I'm looking at this going, God, of all the things that I have to trade, is that the one I want to trade? Well, if I was going to trade, I sure as fuck I'm going to be ultra tight on that stop, because I know I got an algo fighting me there. I mean, that's as much as I'd give that. Now, if it hits, well, shit, I got 13-1. That wouldn't be the one of everything I could trade, right? That wouldn't be the one I'd gravitate to immediately going, oh, look at that beautiful 4. So, this is all just my opinion. I wouldn't give it a lot, right? There's no reason to, right? That's the most you'd give it. What do you got there? That's 5-1. That's the absolute. Oh, you don't even have to give that much. 1 tick is all it takes, right? There's 7-1. I'm not saying it's a bad trade. But just don't screw yourself there. You know how it goes. Oh shit. Well, I'll give it a little more. Well, yeah. Right. And then now, if you even reach to move your stop, right? That's the first mistake. What do we know about the market, right? It has an unbelievable capacity to punish mistakes. The second you reach for your mouse to move it, or go to your exchange to, I got to give that a little more room. Oh, catch yourself. Always, always, always better to take the loser and then reevaluate. Do I want it down here? Do I want it down here? Don't. God damn, over the 5 years I've been doing this, don't move your stop. It's the number one killer of accounts. And people do it every day by the millions. Oh, I just didn't want to be wrong. Yep, that's how it goes. Quim, good work though. It's a good one. Dr. Alban. Oh, we got a Bitcoin update here from Dr. Alban. Am I saying that name right? Alban? I think I am. Oh yeah, Dr. Alban. He likes it on the top. He likes to ride on top. Okay, so let's. So it just takes me a minute here to do that. Okay, so it's not that I don't value volume. I just take it off to free up the chart space. Okay, so I'm going to change that color just because my brain works better with something I'm used to. Okay, all right, so there we go. Okay, so what are we doing here? Okay, Bitcoin, but it's not going to be dramatically different than what we've seen. Where are we doing here? Let's go. What did you give me? You gave me, what did you give me? You gave me a 2-hour. Okay, so let's go to what, oh, wow. Oh, we're doing some chart art here. Oh, we got Fib. Oh, those are cool. I don't know how to trade with them, but they are kind of cool. Fib, what do we got? Fib, fuck, I can't remember what they call it in here. Fib spiral, something like that. What do they call that? Fib spiral, yeah. I've seen people use it. I'd fuck if I know how to use that. Okay, so you forgive me, Dr. Alban. I don't know how to work. I don't know how to help you with that. So even though it's cool, I'm gonna hide it. Oh shit, I got multiples here. If you gave me an explanation of how you're working with it, maybe I could do something there. Well, just looking at it, right? Doesn't this just, again, you do enough Elliott trading, right? Doesn't that look like a 4? Right? We've been trending, all of a sudden, consolidation. Right? That's what's happening there. Consolidation. Dr. Alban, apologize. Oh, no, you don't copy the chart again. Okay. Dr. Alban's giving me a little note here. See these, kind of nice. We can do that. Okay, so so you're saying do the chart, try the chart again. So you must have changed the link. Okay, let me try that. Let me see what you gave me here. Oh wait, no, you're giving me a different one. Is that the right one? ZN. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so let me get rid of this one. Oh, fuck me here. Oh yeah, we can leave that. Okay, so so this one, I think that's the one you want, right? ZN, yeah, that's it. Okay, so let me copy that one. Bitcoin perpetual. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we're good. Okay, so this, it must be that this helps him, right? So he sees what's connected. To me, that just makes it hard for me to follow it. That's just me, right? It's just, so much of what we do is just habit. So I change these around just so I can see him. Okay, so where are we? So he's giving me a 2 hour. Okay, all right, so I can see. Oh, that just gets so bunchy up. Shit, I don't even know what to say, right? It just bunches it up, so I can't quite see in there. But doesn't mean doesn't have value. It's just not to my liking. Okay. Okay, so A, B, C, right? So that I can see, particularly when you're learning, right? Is it a 3? Well, look, did it finish in a 5? Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? I can see the value that adds to someone who's learning. Okay. I've been doing this for a long time. Okay, 3, 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? I don't think anybody disagrees with that. What did we hit there, right? So that's the 3. Let's go up a degree. Let's go to intermediate. Okay, right? So there's the 5 of, oh, did I do that right? Was that your 5? Yeah, it is. Your 5 of 3. So that's got to go. Let's go down a degree there. Let's go to minuet. Let's take this one up. Right, so that's the other thing, right? You can't put it up a little above, right, because of that. Again, that's just me. Because I want to do this, right? So I want to go like, well, let's get you down there. I want to stack them, and if I have this thing on there, right, they all get in the way. I digress. Okay, so I got an A, I got a B, and we're looking for a C into a 4 at the channel at the. Oh, we're working off of our 1, 2 there. Oh, I'm going to pull that just not that it's not valid, just to see where we're going here. So A, B, C, right? What's most common, right? 100%. Right, how are we doing at 100, right? That seems to be his target. Look at that, right? Coming in right at the channel. So he went here, A, B, right? That's kind of like that section in Ethereum where you're going, well, what the fuck am I doing there? Ugh. A, B, C. Right, so that's what he's doing there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's clear. The 100 coming right there. I mean, what's not to like? Okay. All right. So we likely we're in a 4 here. I'm going to come back a little bit. The bit from the low. 1, 2. Yeah, that flies. You can count it either way. 1, 2. Right. 1, 2, let's go up. And I'm going to take that out. Okay, 1, 2. Now, why am I channeling like this? Okay, so he's connecting the 1 and the 3. And I'm going to just clean it up a little bit. Okay, so we have a very shallow 2. We can all recognize that. See, the downside here is the shallow 2 and then a short 3. Well, let's take it out of log. See how we do here. Not so bad. Oh, look at that out of log. Where's the highest probability location for a wave 3? Right there. Now that's out of log scale, so I'm going from 22 to 75. So it's not like if you're in log, you have to stay in log. Longer's longer, right? If this is the 1, that's the 2. Okay, well that if I put it in log scale, right, not so good. But it clears the 100. But longer's longer, right? I mean, if you're measuring for a third and it's in log scale, take it out of log scale. Longer's longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, kicker in the fifth, right, for the 3, A, B, C into the 4. Okay, all right, I don't dislike that. What's not to like? Let's, well, right, we're trying to get 5 of 3, which would be up here. I think we all are anticipating 100 grand breaks this year. It's just a matter of when. Now, one of the things I love about coming out of log scale is I can use a regression channel. Hang on. Shit, hang on. I think that's muting, but I look over at my mic thing. I'm not so sure it's muting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, we're kind of all in the same line of thinking here, that we're waiting for the right opportunity, right? So you can see the imbalances here. Oh, shit, that'll make it easy. Oh, inverse. Let's get you up here. Oh, hello, imbalances. Look at you. Pretty imbalances down here, right? So none of these have been tapped. All just waiting. Virgin imbalances. AB 1, 2. All right, spot on, right? I mean, this is good work. So a lot of times, you pull up a chart and you go, okay, and you start to be critical of it. Okay, what's wrong? Not his, right, but of your own work. Okay, why not? What's wrong with it? Why not this? Right? That's often what I find myself asking myself. Okay, if I think that's what it is, now you start to pick it apart. Why not? Well, look what we did up here, right? We came and we tapped this imbalance, right? So that's filled. Now we're tapping this one. We've got one here, right? So if it's going to kick back, you could say, oh shit, come here. A, B, C, right? That looks, oh shit, what was it? Doge, Ethereum. One of them, we have got this nice A, B, C, right? So we've got a, can we get that to fly? Well, let's just look here for a second, because it's starting to look like you might have a combo here. So that's the first question. So in that process of critiquing your own work, right? Now I just happen to be doing it, for in my circumstance, right, as a coach and a trader and a teacher, right? So I'm critiquing his work here, but it would be the same thing for your own chart. Is that an impulse, right? Is it? Damn it. Is it an impulse? It looks like it's 1, 2. God, can we get an impulse in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, if it was ABC, if you did, right, it's an ABC. Ah, son of a bitch. We're gonna have to dig it. We're gonna have to dig into it. Okay. If that's the 5, this. Okay, so you have to work backwards here. So there's a very clear impulse right here, right? So we can all see that, right? So it's you can't miss it. Okay, so there's the impulse there, all right? So we're working back here. So what's this? If I go back here, what do I got? What do I have? Well, that looks like an impulse. That little overlap there is a son of a bitch. Right, it's one of the annoying things of Elliott, right? But it'll keep you out of trades you likely don't want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck, right? You can't quite make it fly there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Shit. Now, there's some Elliotticians would look at that, or technicians. Now, if you're a purist, you can't call it an impulse, right? Overlap is an overlap. I'm a little looser than most, but I should say I ought to specify with when it regards to TA. But that's fuck. How much is that? That's pretty good, and it's a close above, right? Sometimes if it's a wick, I'd let it slide, but that's an overlap. So you're kind of fucked there, right? Now look at this nice imbalance here that gets beautifully rebalanced. So what are we doing with that? I mean, here's the question, right? Where are we in this count? You're kind of stuck with it. You don't have a, you don't have an impulse. Why does it matter, right? That's the next question. Well, fuck, why are we spending on, well, who fucking cares, right? Why does it matter? Because here's why it matters. Because if it's a WXY, it's going to affect what's over here. If this is W and this is X, then we're not looking for a 5 here. We're looking for 3. That's why it matters, right? That's why you dig in here and you go, what is it? Because if this is a 3 and this is a 3, I need another 3 here. Right? If this is a 3, W. If this is, if this is a 3, X. Now, what's this? Look like that's done, right? No. 3, 4. Right? If this is a WXY, if, right? Now we're at that, it's one of those points where you go, well, fuck, I'm not sure. Can you be sure here? Nope, can't. Well, here, let's finish the labeling. All right, A, B, C. Now, I'm sure there's people who are different with me there. You can't make it work. Well, you definitely can't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck no. It's not a series of 3s. So you're kind of see this is a huge benefit. Even though this is a pain in the ass, right? I understand, right? It's like, God damn it, right? Just why is this so hard, right? It's a pain in the ass, but it's forcing you over here, right? So this is forcing this, and that's the power of Elliott, right? Which you don't really realize at first because you're just kind of, okay, 5s and 3s, but it's forcing a decision over here because if not this, then that. And if not that, then this. That's the power of Elliott, right? That most people miss at first is that it drives your decision making over here. If this is WXY, what I'm looking for over here is different than what it would be if it were something else. If it were 5, 3, 5. Now you can look at this and go, well, oh, come on, man, come on, right? Are this like making it too? Is this just stupid? How much risk do you want to take, right? I mean, how much emphasis do you put into your TA? I mean, only you can decide that. For me, I can't call this a zigzag. Well, fuck, you can call it whatever you want. But if you're applying strict Elliott, you can't work that as a 5. So you got to go WX. Now, what do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So, but that's not good news for the bull, right? Because this would be the A, B, C, right? To give us the 4, to give us the Y. Now, do I know that's coming? No. Of course not. But as I sit right here with a snapshot, because I'm being forced here, I can't do this over here. Damn it. Oh, they're really getting me today. I can't do that. So I'm looking for the A here. Now, this will be telling, right? Because if we start to go here, what are most retail traders going to be thinking? Oh, here we go. 4 is in. I mean, it looks like, oh God, it would be perfect here, right? 5, 3, 3, 5, right? 5, 3, 5. Oh God, this is going to be. Well, we have to come back to this next week, right? Because this is going to be really interesting. I should leave it right here. Well, let's just say we're wrong. Okay. Well, how are we going to know? Let's just say I'm completely ass wrong here, and this is just going to be a zigzag. So we'd be. Well, let's get that out of here. Okay, so we're going to finish here. This is going to be the 4. The WXY goes off the table, right? So it's going to be a zigzag. How does that fit, right? Does it fit? Well, 3, 4 looks like it fits. Oh, let's get our wave 4. Come here. Okay. Oh, look at that. Pretty, 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 right? So this has already been tapped, though, right? It's been rebalanced twice. So again, single use, right? The algo's already accomplished what they needed to here. These are virgin. Okay, well, if we come down here and we finish here, right? Okay, it doesn't look bad. Is that the 3 you wanted there? No. Okay, well, if it starts to come out of here, okay. Well, here's how you're going to know, because if it's going to be a zigzag, or a sloppy zigzag, let's say it that way. Okay, well, what's going to come here? You're going to, because if I'm right here applying Elliott, that's what I'm anticipating. Well, maybe not that deep, but I'm expecting a 3 here. That's where you're going to find out, right there. Is this B? Because this would be A, B, C. It's not like we're not going to find out pretty quickly. We're going to find out right here. Now I'm not one to short Bitcoin, right? Why, right? I have a shitload of it, right? So I wouldn't be shorting that, right? So I'd be looking, if I was here, I wouldn't buy it there though. Nowhere. I mean, where could you buy it, right? If you're just constantly like, oh man, I Jones for a Bitcoin trade, right? You could trade the B into the C. If it turns into a 3, is that you got a high class problem on your hands? Holy shit, it turned into a C. Oh, what happens here? Right, okay, right. So here again, power of Elliott, right? This is what people miss. Okay, if we're wrong, and this is the 4, and we start here, and we're going into the 5. After the assuming I get an impulse here, not a diag, I'm just going to make an impulse to make it simple. What's next? You'd be looking for that. Now, again, market's under no obligation to do that. That's just what it tends to do. What else do we have to work with? What it tends to do. So if this is the 4 and we're going to go 1 before we go up for the 5 to get over 100 grand, 1, okay. Now, we're right back to where we're coming from. So did it completely fuck your whole year of, oh God, I missed the huge opportunity in Bitcoin. God damn, some asshole told me that this was going to be a combo, and it turned out to be a zigzag, and I missed it. Did I miss it? No. You're right. You'll be right back where you're sitting. We're sitting right now. So you just went through all this stress and drama here. Well, it's right back to where it started. That's the one you want, right? This is if that plays that way. This is the big. That's the 3. That's the monster, right? We're heading towards 100 here. That's what you're in for. It's the 3. That's the 3 of the 5th at this degree. Gotta get away from the mic on that. So at the end of the day, we're all looking here going, it's a 4 of some sort. Well, shit, nobody knows. Most likely, this is some sort of a 4 where the trend has stalled. Right? That's how we identify. It's how we identify a 4. The trend has stalled. The trend has stalled. The trend has stalled. Right? You want in our purple belt, right? You can only trade 3s and Cs. So you could trade here. You could trade here. You could trade here. Now, one of the things that you'll learn the longer you do this is you look here and go, well, you're not getting all of it. Right. Absolutely right. You don't want to aspire to try and get all of the trend. Where's the biggest moves? Typically 3s and Cs. That's why we do that. And it also forces a discipline. So you go, well, fuck, I don't take every little pivot. I wait. Or do I see a 3? Do I see a C? If I do, right, well, then it defines your risk control gets because if it's a B, you're not going to put a stop. You're not going to let it go beyond that, right? Because you're thinking A, B, C. So if we force you to do that, it makes you be selective about what you're trading, and you get the best part of the move, the biggest part. You don't need to be aspiring to get all of it. That's a fool's errand. Shit, Paul Tudor Jones, one of the greatest traders of all time, was the first guy I learned that from. Don't aspire to get all of it. Just get the bulk of it. If you can get 60% of it, you're going to have such a fucking great experience in the markets. Because remember, you're going to be wrong probably 50, 60% of the time. So when you're right, don't you want to be right in the swings that have the highest potential? It's not like a radical thought. Right? Where do I want to be? If that's the 2 and I think I'm going for the 3, Now, okay, well, you could look at that and say, well, hey, well, what? There was a big extension in the 1. Yeah, but okay. But again, I'm not trying to get all of it. I'm just trying to get the third or the third of the third. You see how that keeps you? Because if it starts to come down, you're not going to put your stop down here. You can put your stop right here. It forces you to think more than just, don't fuck, retrace. There's a pivot. I better trade. All right, shit, I'm chatty today. Thought Drifter, yes, it's muting. Oh, it is muting. Oh, good, shit. I'm glad to hear that because I've got 2 mics attached. Okay, Trade Devil. I was assuming ABC regular flat. Okay, I see you thinking, Dr. Alban. The only issue here is this short 3, right? For Bitcoin, we're going to do a short 3. Well, maybe. Well, what's the other thing in the background, right? That we're all, and anyone trading crypto knows the halving is coming. Right? What do we fuck? 10 days from it? Now, you see, that actually throws an interesting monkey in the wrench, right? Because everybody assumes bullish. So what the fuck, halving? Of course. Don't be surprised if it's down before it's up, right? I mean, again, it's not you, me moving the market, right? If they can manipulate you, they will. How could they do it, right? What is everybody on the planet, every retail trader that's in crypto thinking? Oh, the halving's coming. Holy shit, right? We're going over 100. Maybe not right away. Everything in the market is deceptive, right? It's always about deception. How many traders can I get off sides here, right? So if it starts to go up, don't be surprised if you see something to get you off sides, right? That's what they're trying to do. That's their job, right? If they want to keep their nice jobs and those yearly bonuses they get from, whomever, their job is to deceive you. You can't be mad at them for that. That's their job. Your job is not to have too much risk. We're all going to get deceived, right? There's no way around it. Right? And not to mention you're trading against a machine, right? Which is going to be smarter than you are. So what you have to do is say, okay, how do I combat that? The only thing you can control, the only thing, is how much risk you're taking. That's it, right? You're going to get deceived, period. You got to accept it and not fight it. Oh shit, okay, they got me there. Fuck, I could have sworn that was going down, but it went up. Could have sworn that was going up, but it went down. It's going to happen. Well, shit. If you've been trading for more than a minute, it's already happened. Right? Welcome to the party. What do you get to control? You can't control what they're doing. You get to control how much risk you're putting on the table. That's it. That's all you control. So, you ever see yourself doing this? Or you ever feel the urge, oh, fuck, I got to give that a little more room, right? Stop. Don't do it. Just take the smaller loss and reload. There is no scenario, and even if you get away with it, right? You're just reinforcing a bad habit. Okay, let me keep going. How are we doing on time? Oh shit, I'm pretty good on time. Oh shit, I see some up here. Fuck, somehow I got down. Okay, CN Salazar. Okay, let me get going here. Somehow I got off track there. Oh shit! I got Ben B. Well, let me get this over with because this is the ugliest chart I think I've seen in the last 5 years. Number one, I don't trade crude. You probably members, right? People have been around it. But the biggest loss of my entire career was Gulf War. Right, I was in an option spread here, and I just got my margin was I was hedged, but the margin was so high I had to close it. Right, it took a $25,000 loss, biggest loss of my career, and it was a pretty big. I was in a 20 by 20 spread, and so I don't like to trade because what am I trading here? There's so many variables here. Well, one, look at that chart. Does that make you want to? Oh wow, I want to dig into that. That may be the ugliest chart on the board. And you're trading geopolitics and all the. It's a very hard market to trade. Both gold and crude or any New York market is hard to trade. That's a little bit of my own bias. Many people trade them successfully. But I mean, I'm just looking here. Do I have a 5 here? Do I have a 5 here? What is this? Maybe it's A, B. It's ugly, whatever it is. Not technical, right? There's nothing particularly good here, right? So I can't lean into the algos. Okay, maybe I got that, right? But whoa. What happened? That's not particularly good. It's not technical from the other side. I mean, I just stay away from it. That's me, right? So even here, I've got nothing I can lean into here to say, oh, well, okay, the Elliott's a little sloppy. You know, what do I have anything here? Maybe I could take that. But what would you have been thinking here? Oh, I'm going to take the B, and even that looks like it breaks. It does, right? It's closes below that kill the algo, right? It's not a wick, right? It's close, right? So that kills it. Assuming I've got it right on there. Close. What's this? Maybe a 3. Maybe you got a 3 there. Well, let's see. Let's see if we could even get a count on this. Shit, I sent this off to my master technician here, and let's see. He gave me. Oh shit! What did you give me here? Let's see what PK came up with here. This is Crude on a daily. Well, he'll have something that I haven't thought about. A, B, oh God, that's ugly. WX. So he had the same thought I did, that we had here was an impulse, so how are we making that work? Oh shit, let's get over here. It's just A, B, C into an X. So the last A down. All right. So the thought being that that's an A. This is a B. So it would be this. A, B, C, at that degree. I mean, I don't know, Ben. I would just why? There's so many things to trade. Why trade that? Sorry, guys. I mean, even this, 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, maybe. Right? I probably get an impulse here. That looks like a 5, right? So already that's a little fuck. But let's say you go A, B, C. Okay, maybe. I got an A. I got a B, right? It doesn't look impulsive, right? So you're kind of looking at this going, well. Let's see what the market structure. Oh, what do I have on here? Oh shit! What's wrong with that? Oh, here, maybe I gotta get Sonar on there. I don't know why. Oh, Ethereum has got issues. All right, so here I've got demand up here, or excuse me, supply up here. Liquidity, right? The pivots are, remember, right? ICT's great contribution, right? What's the algo doing, right? It's either rebalancing or it's seeking liquidity, right? So Sonar, which is a good product, right? It's just buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, sell side, right? So all of this, you can't trade really any good Elliott here. So you're kind of going to market structure. Now what they do, and the software companies do it a little bit differently. So here's your last major break of structure here, right? So the trend is still down, right? This is the major break, and so all of this is internal. So you get breaks of, oh, pardon me. Here's a little break. You've got internal breaks of structure. So here's the break down. Here's the break up. Okay, what is the absolute foundational piece, right? Much like Elliott forces, if this, then that. Market structure, if I've had a break of structure, I'm anticipating a retrace. It doesn't have to be deep, but I'm anticipating a retrace. Look what I have here, imbalances. They do their fair value gaps the same color, right? So here's the 50, right? Here's discount. Is that what I'm getting? Or am I going to get this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which would be 1. Or A, excuse me, that would be A. If this is WX or AB, right? Per his count, this would be, I've got it wrong. A, B, C, that would be part of a WXY. So this would be the 1 of a C, right? Which implies much lower prices. I don't know if, it's not just supply and demand. Bomb goes off somewhere and, right, shorting crude is always a little bit uncomfortable. I don't do it without being hedged, and even hedged, right? You can get you can get yourself in trouble. So my view is so many things to trade. Crude, I'll leave that for people that specialize in it. Thanks for that, PK. That's a good example, right, of the power of working with a team like ours. Because often I come up with a chart and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know what this is. Right, so I've got 2 master Elliotticians on my team. Well, 3 now actually. These guys are 2 levels higher than I am in terms of Elliott Wave trading. So I'll go to these guys and go just like you would, right? So if you said, "Hey Sam, what do you think of this?" Right, and I may be, I'm not always as available as they are. So you can go to these guys and say, "Hey, what do you see here, PK? Or what do you see, Tony Talon? Or what do you see, Wu Wonka?" Right? These guys are very, very skilled technicians. So just in the same way that I would go to them and say, "What do you think here, PK?" You can do the same thing, right? That's the benefit of being in that Discord, working with these guys. You're going to learn from them. I mean, I wouldn't have got that, right? I mean, he's one of the best technicians I've ever seen. That's why I go to him. That's why I hired him, right? So to help me, so we can help you. That's my plug for the day. All right, my view: stay away from crude. All right, let me get back. Sorry, Ben B. But you gave me a few other things. Okay, so CN Salazar, he wants to ask about Intel. Let's get Intel on here. Because they're in the news. What is INTC? INTC. Intel. What I saw today, I saw this came up. Let's go to the daily. Anything on an equity, I always start with the daily. Let's get some of this stuff off of here. Let's get these guys off, right? So let's just get a first look. Oh shit, I might have to go to a weekly. Let's go to a weekly. Who remembers that, right? Who was trading then? I was. That was right when I sold my brokerage business. Right here. Okay, so what have we done? Well, I think we can all agree we have to look at that in log scale, right? Can't even look at it out of it. Okay, let's go back to the daily. What is that? This is the earnings. What have they got? We got a little time for that. The last one, I think, was a pretty big reaction, a surprise here. Bullish surprise, but we've sold off here. So there's some other variables going on here. So what do we got here? Does that look like an impulse? Nope. Okay, so when you pull something like this up, and what you were like, oh, can I get this? No, can't get. Sorry, not available. So what are your choices? Well, next chart, next asset. But if you're in it, okay, well, how are you going to trade this? Well, just working off the daily, I'd go right to market structure. Okay, where might as well use software, right? So let's see if these guys are going to work here. Oh, here. This is for any of you guys that are interested in this kind of software. This is a particularly good one. Ethereum. I'm not an affiliate. I couldn't work out a deal with them, but I do have a deal for anyone who's in the brown belt. They get 50% off the yearly and the lifetime, which the prices are so close. It'd be stupid not to do lifetime. I think that's, I don't even have a link for it, right? So you could just go there and say, the TradeDevils told me we could get a deal on this. Okay, so I got nothing but breaks of structure coming down, and now all of a sudden I got breaks of structure coming up, right? So where's the trend, right? We know the trend is up. Okay, so I might even do this, right? Because this thing is, you can click it and then set it. I'll come back here. So I want to start the bullish bias right there. So from there, I want to just make sure I'm set bullish. Yes, I am. Okay, right? So from this low, right? So here's the, they don't really, what? Here's the classic, oh, come on, you're kidding me. They're not going to sweep that low? Really? Because if you're sitting with a stop right there, you're just assuming, oh, fuck. Right? Assumptions, right? Get you in trouble, right? They don't get it, right? Look what comes off of it. They don't get it. Every bear and trading Intel is trying to sweep that low, right? If for no other reason, they want to sweep it to get retail breakout traders. Duh. Don't be a breakout trader. They want to get breakout traders to short that. They couldn't even get that to happen, right? So there's a pretty big ripper there. 1, 2. Right, I mean, 1, 2. Why would you think something else? Would you? All right, we got to break a structure here. Deep, right? Lost the algo there. I mean, we go to target here, but well, let's just see how we look here. No difference, right? So now we're in a range here. I don't need to be in log, right? From this range. So we can look at this. So it can be helpful to kind of look at things this way, all right? So here's the accumulation, right? Now there's the false break. Oh, got to retest. Now as we bring this over, okay. Cause, right? That's Wyckoffean, cause, effect. You see it, right? So it's always, and of course you see it hindsight, but now when you look back here, what was happening here? Accumulation. This looks technical, right? So then you just start eyeballing it. Okay, did they get it here? 50 to the tick. Well, if I get that right on it. Okay, so first, okay, what's going on here? What the fuck? Right, if you just look at that in terms of where do I want to be a buyer when the market's doing this? Discount, right? Under the 50%. What a beautiful buy. Now, would you have known? Right, of course not. All right, let's get look at again, just little reminders, right? Is this technical? Look at that reaction at the algo target. That's to the tick. It's nuts, right? It's just, again, it's you and the machines, right? It's not you and John Thomas at Goldman Sachs, right? It's you and the machines. All right, do we have an Elliott count we can work with here? It ain't gorgeous. Do we even have one? It looks like you could start here. All right, so let's see if we can get one, to fly. 1, 2. Ugh. I'd stick those up there. All right, you got to put them somewhere. Oh, fuck, come here. Let's get you, let's change that color. I got a lot of green down here. Okay, so here, true double, right? There's the break. 1, 2. All right, how do I get out of here? How do I get to a 3? Is that the 3? Well, then I start, again, just if anything you get from me, it's doing it the same way every time, right? So there's a sequence. Okay, where are the fibs? Where's Al, right? Where's Al? Okay, is there geometry here? Is there an Elliott count here? What's the market structure, right? So it's a process you go through when you bring up a chart that hopefully you guys, you likely have your own process, right? So if anything, watching what we're teaching here at TradeDevils, it's okay, is there something can I add this? Okay, well, how do I, with this, I got a series of 3s here, right? You can just see them, 3s. I don't get a good 5. I got a 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a 5, right? So I got a good 1, A, B, C. I have a good 2, but this gets a little, I lose all the impulses, right? I don't have another 1. Nope. Maybe. But then, Jesus, that's brutal. Let's see if I can get away with that. Barely. Looks like I can get a 5 in there. So let's here. Welcome to the sausage making. Okay, all right. I have not looked at this, so this is truly on the fly. Okay, so let's pull this off just for a second here while we work on the Elliott. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1 A B C. Right. So I can start here. Okay. Well, what do I do with this? A little fuck there. 1, 2. Well, let's see. We'll have to back into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, then that would be going up. Oh, what do I got here? Let's go blue. Okay, can I make this work? Well, already now I see problems, right? So this is mighty close, right? So that 4's got to hold there if this is going to play, right? If that's what we're going to get here. Jesus, PK, I need an emergency call here. Can I get a diag into that? Yeah, is PK on? Where is he? Yeah, he might be on. So I'm looking at this PK. Can I get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5? Fuck, I don't think I can. Can I get away with that? I know he's listening. Right? So this is my live cry for help. Can I do this? Can I get that 1? Or do I have to start it here? Do I start it here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, fuck. Ooh, that's brutal. I want that to be the 1. Now, can I make it work? Right? That's the question. Yeah, I don't want to get stuck here. I'll start to bore you guys. That's got to be the 4, 5. Right? So let's see if we can get this to fly. 3, 4. Right? It has to hold. Right? So if you were even thinking about it, it looks like you've already got algos in there, of course. Right? Right? If that gets to target, then this is off the board. If that's a 2. Let's see how I look here. I'm looking for a rescue from PK. Can I get that to fly? So it would be 1, 2, 3. Oh, see, I'm ending. That has to be an ABC. So to make this work, this has to be ABC into that. All right, so let's bring you down. To get a 1 here, so I'd have to work backwards. ABC. Ah, shit, maybe I have to do it this way. So that has to get the 1. So I got to get back. This might be one I'll have to post after the fact. In fact, I think I will, because that's going to take some time, and I'll just bore you to death. So PK and I will work on that one. How to get out of that. Sometimes it just takes time, right? And that's not great for a live stream. Okay, let's see if I can get 1, 2, 3. If we hold here, oh shit. Well, you're coming into earnings, right? So what do we have? You got a little bit of time there for that, right? As far as I'm concerned, there's no trade sitting here waiting to happen. Already, well, here, let's look. Right, so this, you're just in the correction. It would have to be something like this, right? Which is blowing up the whole idea here. So I don't think there's a trade here. I don't see it. Now, why did we stop here? Right, so that's the next question. Remember, it's so easy to forget. Always an algo on the other side. Likely that's why we stopped there. Maybe I can get a 1, 2, 3, 4, but I can't finish it. I have to work with it. All right, so as it sits right there, what are we in? Algo squeeze. No way out. Right, 1 is going to break. We know that. We're not going to go sideways forever. That's a no trade for me. But as I've done before, I'll post this on for YouTubers. I'll post this under in the comment. The first comment will be, we'll work this count out for you. And for CN Salazar, we'll post this in this channel. So once we get it, that's going to take some time. That's a toughie. Okay, let me keep working. Oh, man. Okay, Ben B, I hope you gave me something I can dig into here. Let me do it over here. Okay, so this is Almost Gold. Ben B has an interesting stuff he posts. It's not the typical stuff. Almost Gold. Okay, what are we doing here? Diag? Ugh. Good question. We are in log scale. Got a nice impulse coming off of that. Okay, well, let's just take a look, right? How did we do here? Nothing, right? Secondary pivot? Nope. Nothing really technical there. Out of log. A little better. Do I need to be in log? $2, 4 times the range? Yeah, pretty much do. You pretty much have to be in log. Well, I mean, certainly you have to look at it in log. Jesus. Okay, so we got to work backwards, right? So 1, 2, that looks good. Just habit here. Okay, good here. All right, we got some sliding parallels. 1, 2, 3. That's good work, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, good clean impulse off of that low. 2. Let's get you out of there. 1, 2. So looks like this is going to be a 38, perhaps. In the pocket. 1, 2. Oh, skinny. Nothing really useful there. So we've got this as our invalidation point to where you'd be reconsidering, right? It could still be a 2. It just wouldn't be relative to that. So you'd have to be thinking something else. So that actually, that's quite good there because it gives you a clear, okay, what if my bullish thinking here is invalidated. Five, 3, 5. It's not impulsive. Looks like W. Oh, fuck. That is ugly. Oh, I don't know that it matters, right? So probably W, X, Y, something like that. 1. Boy, it would have been just perfect right here, but you don't get it. That's on a daily. 1, 2. Boy, that extra leg just kind of fucked it up, didn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you'd have to pull it there. Yeah. Well, this must be a proxy on gold, which is just cranking. So 2. The whole thing put together, I can't say I love it, but you certainly have enough to work with here. Okay, so we're trying to complete this 5th. Well, do you see, again, it's just you kind of look at this and you go, okay, what are we doing, right? We're just going sideways. Why? What's the problem here? Is this a big accumulation, right? You could kind of see how that could fly over here. And this was all just some sort of just a big accumulation before we go. Oh, I'd be willing to bet you that we've got squeezes going on here. Let's go. Right, so one constant in the market, and there are not many, but one that is a constant is that from consolidation comes expansion. Always, not usually, always. It's the law of the universe, not just the markets. Do I have squeezes? They're short. Not that many, surprisingly. I went to a daily, maybe I get a little more. Even still, right? They're short. They're not going very far. So this is, well, okay. So if you're determined to trade here, I mean, you've got it marked pretty much. Okay, you're waiting for that to finish. Okay, so let's go down to a 2. Right? Do I have divergence there? Let's go down to a 1. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I got a 3, 4. So 3, 4. 5, right? So, and I've got the divergence, so we're approaching that top. Now, this can change, but right now, it looks like you're heading towards that last little kicker to give you the 5. So where's the trade? Well, if you want to be trend is higher, right? So why be shorting it, right? I mean, can you get away with it? Yeah, but why be unless you're scalping? Why go counter trend, right? No reason to. Why not just go with the trend, right? Now we don't have it yet. Right in here. Why not? Why not? Again, that's that critical thinking. Okay, well, I've gone sideways here. I'm in this box, right? I've got a little divergence here. Why would I not take that trade, right? If I want to be in, if I want to be in something with a proxy to gold without trading gold, why not? Up for the 5, 1, 2, 3. Yes. Then what am I in, right? I'm trying to get into the third. 1, 2. I'm trying to get, well, that's even better, right? I'm trying to get in the third of the third. Right, that's the big daddy right there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 of 3. Shit, that could be the 1, 2, 3 of the 3 at that degree. The 3 of the 3 of the 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All sorts of upside. All right, that's it. But you're in a hurry up and wait, right? Okay, the absolutely one thing I can say with certainty, or at least for me, I would never buy that. That's again, people watch enough of my content, right? That's the worst possible place on the chart. There's not a worse place to buy. That's the worst. Now, if people say, well, but what if it goes? Well, yeah, what if it goes? What if it goes? Well, what would that be? Okay, you gotta use your head. Okay, if we broke there, what would we have? Right, break of structure. Right, what's after a break of structure? Now this can go for a while, but what's after a break of structure? Right, you have to have rules. At least you're in your head that are based on historical precedent in the market in terms of what does it typically do? Well, if I get a break of structure, I'm looking for the retrace. I want the break of structure. I don't have a close above. Give me the fucking break of structure so I can tee up for the retrace. That's what's happening there. And this is what retail doesn't get. Oh, it broke the high. It broke the structure. Oh, it's going to go straight to the moon. No. Not with. Okay, think of it this way, right? Again, it's just logic. It's silly, right? I almost feel I don't want to insult your intelligence. The market, right? There has to be a seller on the other side of every buy, right? So if the market gets up here, right? Who are they going to buy it? Who are they going to sell it to? That's a serious question. There's nobody to sell it to up here. Oh, maybe there's somebody shorting it up here. There need to be people to sell to. That's ICT's big contribution, right? There have to be people to sell to. So what does the algo have to do? It has to go get people down here. It has to get shorts down here before it can go up again, which is why any healthy bull market has to have retracements. It's the reload of liquidity. Now, we think of it as reload, but, think of it as you're on a journey, right? You're going to get thirsty. Where can I get some water? If you need that to help you with liquidity, I gotta pull back here so I can fill my canteen before I can go higher. That's what's happening here. They have to bring it down to find some sellers. Simple, right? It's really not complicated as to why that has to happen. Got to find someone to sell it to. That's why they manipulate the price down here. That's why they do it. I need liquidity down here before I can go higher. Can't just any market that's just doing this. Oh, be scared, right? Because sooner or later, there's no one left to buy it from. Down we come, right? Until they can find someone to sell. All right, let me keep going there. I'm all over the place. Thoughtful Drifter. Did I get intel? I got that. Thoughtful Drifter, you've been so patient helping me out today. Let me get what you got here. Copy link. Okay. Sorry, guys. I took off the mute. Forgot. I like this. LDO. I have no. Well, all I was saying was I've never heard of this crypto. I have no idea what their use case is or why they exist. That's you're giving me a weekly. That might be why it looks such like a short history, right? That's a nice little. Right. So what does that mean? He has right here. Golden corner. What does that mean? 80% odds of getting here. Boom. Right. It's highest odds trade in trading. Period. That's it. Right there. Golden corner. Nice. Okay. So whoa, WXYZ. So at 50. Already got first target. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, I gotta move that. I like all your commentary here. Looks like important weekly candle. All right, so I got to go back to weekly to see what you're thinking. Why is this an important weekly candle? Because you could invalidate that. I see what you're thinking. Okay, so we've already blown golden zone here. So that doesn't kill it as a 2. It just means we lost the algo. That's what that means. At least at the weekly. Right. So we lost it here. Still an area of interest. You did not get, well, let's see. What did we do up here? That looks like liquidity. All of this just looks like liquidity up there of equal highs, right? It's target, waterfall, A, B, C. Yeah, he's absolutely right, right? So this is, we've lost the algo. So you're kind of sitting down here going, okay, what is there to lean into? Well, let's see, do we have any imbalances in there? Probably. Got one here, right? But we don't want, right? If we go down here and sweep that, right, then that kills that count. Well, now you'll note here, right? So this has already been tapped, right? So the algo does not have to come back down here. It doesn't need to rebalance it. It's already been rebalanced. Now these, no, right? But then you're changing the count. You'd have some sort of you might still have a zigzag, right? But this is where it completely changes right here, because then that 1 is off the board. 1, 2. Now this could come down. He's trying to get another 1, 2 in here. So let's note that. All right. So this is where the count changes. Down here. You could have some, but I don't dislike it, right? I think you're fine right there. So why do I say that? I have no idea. I know nothing about them. As a trader, where your focus needs to be always risk reward. You could do this 2 ways, right? You could do, okay, well, if I break out of that. Now that's a tricky one there, because you'd be, do I want to be stopped out? Oh, shit. Sorry, do I want to be stopped out between the 50 and the golden zone? No, I don't. So I want to put my stop here, which means that I would have to layer into it, because this is where I'm absolutely out. But I'd maybe, half a portion here, maybe, a third, so that my net fill is probably right in that range, maybe a little higher, right? Depending on 30. So split it. Okay, I got a 50. Let's just use first target, right? Let's not assume we get a third. Just first algo target. That's 13 to 1. So rather than go here and say, well, I'm all in here, right? No fuck. You can see how this could sweep, come down here, golden, algo fires, right? Because that's a dominant to a dominant, right? So that's a more powerful entry point. That's what I would do. I'd layer in. Now, that's a lot to assume we're going to break that, because you got a clean count here. Yeah, you lost the algo. It's always a bummer, right? So how do you get it back? Well, number one, have you lost it? No. Right? It doesn't have to, go into the golden zone or be at the 50. It starts here, right? It ends here, right? So anywhere in here, as he's got it marked, right? Anywhere in there, wave 2, yeah, that's fine. Anywhere in here, it's active. You think of it that way. Where is the algo active? From here to here. From here to here. That's where it's active. Okay. If it breaks that, I want to be out. This, I might actually do that. I might go into here on the premise that you're not going to break that here. I might do just a little teaser in there, and then if it goes, great. You've got a chance to add, because you see the risk there is that you don't get, you maybe only get a third of what you wanted there, and then it starts to go. And well, okay, are you fucked? No. Okay, well, okay. So oh shit, I didn't get everything I wanted down here. Well, I got a 3, 4, 5 still to come. And if I get that right, again, this is all. You know all this, right? If I get that, okay, well, what am I going to have here? First thing that's going to happen, right? Again, think it through. Well, if I break there, what do I have? I have a break of structure. What's after a break of structure? Retrace. Always, right? It doesn't matter if you say, well, hey, I looked at this chart, man, and there was a break of structure and it didn't reach. You can't function that way in the market, right? There have to be rules that guide you. That's what Elliott Wave is, right? That's the value of Elliott Wave. It's just like, motherfucker, are you telling me I can't call that a 2? Yes, that's what I'm telling you, because that's a rule that will keep you, that will guide you. Otherwise, it's just fucking chaos. Otherwise, flip a coin. Heads I buy, tails I sell. If there aren't rules that guide your thinking, you're in a little dinghy out in the middle of the ocean with absolutely nothing to guide you. There have to be, that's why we use geometry. That's why we use the algos. That's why we use these patterns that are representative of human emotion, because over time that will serve you. If you're just winging it, you're not going to be profitable. You might have a little fun in here, maybe you catch something, but think of it over a 10-year career. You're not going to be profitable if you don't have rules that guide you. And that's not just technical rules. That's got to be money management rules as well. I mean, sometimes people get the idea that, what I'm trying to do is show you how easy this is. Never. This is the hardest easy money you'll ever make. This isn't, it should be, because you go, well, fuck, man, it's going to go up or it's going to go down. How hard can this be? Yeah. Well, if you've been trading for more than, a month, pretty fucking hard. It didn't seem like, that's fine. What do you mean? It's going up, right? Higher highs, higher lows. What's the big deal? One time you're like, oh, it's been going up. Well, shit, well, higher high, higher low, high. Well, one time you let it get away from you and game over. Just takes one big mistake, right? You can't be, you hear me say this all the time. You can't be afraid of it. Scared money never profits. You can't be scared in here, but you got to respect it, because it'll fucking bury you if you don't. It'll teach you that lesson one way or another. One way or another, you're going to learn to respect the market. It will, and it'll be the time you're like, oh my God, I was so fucking certain that was going higher. Let's take Bitcoin right now. Everybody on the planet is certain we're going higher. We got halving, right? Half the supply. How is it not going higher? Well, over time, likely it is going higher. But is it going higher today, tomorrow, next week? It could do something like that, right? Clear everybody out and then go higher. Remember, everybody on the other side of the market, right, is trying to take your money. They are trying to reach into your pocket and take your money. How are they going to do it? Only if you let them. That's how it happened. You have to let them do it. Did I get everybody? I think I did. I think Thought Drifter, that was the last one. It's kind of interesting. I have to look up. I have no idea what category they're in. I don't know anything about it. I've never heard of them. I like the name. How am I doing? Oh, look at that. Holy shit. Almost on time. A little over. I think the third of the third made, what did you say in there, K-Log? I think the third of the third do high pick. Okay. ABC, try. Well, you guys shit. It's hard for me to, I really need someone to help me in here. It's hard for me to watch what you guys are chatting. At least it's funny, right? I'm watching the thing in the chat. Right? You guys have about a 45-second delay. So I'm watching what I was just saying 45 seconds ago. All right. Okay. I think that's it for the day. Right? I think I got everybody covered. Thanks to all the members that posted. Thanks to all you viewers out there that put up with my ranting. Hopefully you get something out of it. Right? I'm not here for my benefit. I'm here to try and help you. Well, I shouldn't say that, right? We have a business. We benefit, right, if you become a member. But I do these live streams to try and help you, right? I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, right? If I can't help other people, I'm secure, right? I'm not worried about money, right? But I love trading, right? So I like to be right. I hate getting stopped out as much as you do. I hate it. Hate it. It pisses me off, right? But I'm at peace with it because it's just part of the game, right? Number one rule of the game: stay in the game. Okay, guys, I'm going to kill it there, and we'll catch you. Oh, shit, I'll do something on Friday. All right, guys, you guys have a good afternoon. I hope